For too long, they've doubted you, ignored you, dismissed you. They acted as if your presence didn't matter, as if your efforts were invisible. But that ends today, because now you're stepping into your boss era, a version of yourself they never expected, a version of you that no longer seeks validation, no longer tolerates disrespect, and no longer asks for a seat at a table you were always meant to sit at. And guess what? They see it, they feel it, and it's making them uncomfortable. If you've ever felt like people only respected you once they had no choice, if you've ever been underestimated, overlooked, or treated as an afterthought, I want you to drop 77 in the comments right now, because this message is for you. Respect isn't given, it's commanded. And once you master this mindset, there is no going back. Let's talk about why the tables are turning in your favor and why they will have no choice but to respect you from now on. Here's the harsh truth. Some of the people around you never wanted you to succeed. Not really. They liked it when you were struggling, uncertain, and dependent on their validation. Because as long as you needed them, they could feel important. They could feel superior. But the moment you started believing in yourself, the moment you started moving differently, the moment you stopped explaining and started executing, something changed. Their energy shifted. They stopped clapping for you. They started making backhanded comments. They began keeping their distance, acting as if they don't see what's happening. Let's be real. They see everything. They just don't want to acknowledge it, because if they do, they have to face the uncomfortable truth that you've grown beyond the version of yourself they were comfortable with. And that terrifies them. Some people only liked you when you were playing small. Some people only supported you when they felt like they were ahead of you. Some people only kept you around because they saw you as competition to fuel their own insecurities. But now you're playing a different game. And whether they like it or not, they will have to respect it. Here's what they won't admit. It's not you they're mad at. It's themselves. Your success is a mirror. When they look at you, they don't just see you winning, they see everything they haven't done. They see the risks they were too scared to take. They see the potential they wasted on procrastination. They see the consistency they lacked when they had the same opportunity to grow. So instead of cheering you on, instead of asking for advice, instead of using your success as motivation, they resent you. Because in their mind, if you're winning, that must mean they're losing. They would rather believe that you got lucky than acknowledge that you simply outworked them. They would rather think that you had some unfair advantage than admit that you just had the discipline they refused to develop. They would rather tear you down than build themselves up. And that's why they'll never understand that your wins don't take anything away from them. The truth is, there was never a competition. The only person you were ever up against was the old version of yourself. But they don't see it that way. They think you're stepping into your power to prove something to them. But you're not doing this for them. You never were. They pretend they don't see you. They act like they're not paying attention. But trust me, they are watching. They're checking your social media, watching your stories, scrolling through your content, just to see what you're up to. They may not comment, they may not like, they may not engage, but they never miss a thing. And why? Because deep down, they're fascinated. They need to know how you're doing it. How did you go from the person they doubted to the person they can't ignore? How did you break free from the same cycles they're still stuck in? How did you build something for yourself while they're still making excuses? And most importantly, why are you not looking back? See, they expected you to seek their approval. They expected you to ask them for help. They expected you to need them in some way. But you didn't. And that bothers them. So they watch, silently, analyzing your every move, waiting for the moment you slip up so they can finally say, "See, I knew it wouldn't last." But here's what they don't understand. You're not slowing down. You're just getting started. One of the hardest lessons in your boss era is this: not everyone can come with you. There are people in your life who liked the old version of you, the one that was unsure, hesitant, and easy to manipulate. But this new you, the one who is confident, independent, and no longer tolerates nonsense, they don't know how to handle that. Some will start acting distant. Some will try to bring you down with negativity. Some will gossip, hoping to ruin your reputation. Let them. Because the truth is, real friends don't feel threatened by your growth. People who genuinely support you will celebrate your wins, not compete with them. And anyone who feels the need to tear you down, minimize your success, or secretly hope for your downfall, they were never your people to begin with. You are not responsible for making others comfortable with your success. You do not need to explain your glow-up to people committed to misunderstanding you. And you definitely don't need to dim your light just because it's shining too bright for those who refuse to see their own. Some people are only meant to be part of your past, not your future. Let them stay there. Not everyone deserves access to you. The old version of you gave away too much: your time, energy, and emotional space. In your boss era, you must be selective about where you invest your energy. You are no longer entertaining meaningless drama. You are no longer engaging in pointless arguments. You are no longer spending time with people who drain your spirit. Your energy is a currency. If they don't respect it, they can't afford it. And once you start protecting your energy, you'll notice something. The wrong people will begin to fall away naturally. They will remove themselves, not because you pushed them out, but because they can no longer manipulate you. They can no longer take advantage of your kindness. They can no longer drain you for their benefit. Detach from validation-seeking behavior. Respect isn't begged for, it's commanded. You don't need to convince anyone of your worth. The people meant for you will recognize it without explanation. The most powerful thing you can do is move in silence and let your results speak for themselves. Work while they gossip. Grind while they complain. Focus on execution while they focus on opinions. Your success will make the noise for you. Some people love to talk about what they're going to do. They make big announcements. They look for constant validation. But here's the thing. Real power moves are made in private. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You don't need to show off every step of your progress. You don't need to explain your process. Just keep building, keep evolving, and keep moving forward. Let them wonder. Let them speculate. Let them doubt. Because by the time they realize what you've been working on, it will be too late for them to catch up. You don't need to justify your wins. You don't need to explain why you no longer tolerate disrespect. You don't need permission to step into your greatness. The moment you realize this, you become unstoppable. Some people will never understand your journey because they weren't meant to. And that's okay. You are not living for them. Every time you level up, you will lose people. Every time you grow, you will outgrow certain environments. Every time you elevate, you will notice who truly supports you and who only tolerated you when you were struggling. Let it happen. Because the ones who are meant to stay will rise with you. This is your time. No more playing small. No more apologizing for your success. No more dimming your light to make others comfortable. Step into your power fully, unapologetically, and with the confidence of someone who knows They deserve every blessing coming their way. If this message resonated with you, drop 77 in the comments. Let the world know you are done asking for respect. You are commanding it. Like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want to support this channel, click Super Thanks to help us keep bringing you content that pushes you to be your best self. This is just the beginning. Keep going. Keep growing. And remember, your elevation is not about them. It's about you stepping into everything you were always meant to be.